Hello YouTube! My name is Dr. Reading and welcome to CRDR, Comic Reviews with Dr. Reading. Are you ready to hear about a new comic to read? I'm excited to present it to you, so let's get right into it.
Title and author.
Hello YouTube, I'm Dr. Reading and like you saw, that's the new intro we officially got. So today's comic I'm reviewing is Transmetropolitan by Warren Ellis and Derek Robertson.
Publication date.
The original publication date, this comic ran from 1997 until 2002.
Comic rating.
This comic is rated M for mature, so please be responsible and make sure kids don't read this.
How I learned about the comic.
I got a comic flyer poster that was saying, read this comic, and if you like this one, then you'll like comics blah blah and Transmetropolitan, so I learned about it from a comic promotional flyer poster.
The plot.
At some point in the near future, in New York City, there was a journalist named Spider Jerusalem, who, after publishing many articles and a book, went off into the mountains to retire. But according to his contract, he has to publish 2 more books, so he's brought back into the big city to publish some more news stories and work on his book. And thus we see how Spider Jerusalem looks around the city and has to deal with people and events and places, all while writing articles for the newspaper, so, you know, he doesn't get the rent and his apartment yanked out from underneath him.
The good, the bad, and the info.
Alright, so like I said, this comic came out in 1997. It ran for 60 issues, and when I was asking about it at the comic book store, because I saw the flyer, someone said how, quote, this comic, it did like The Simpsons, it predicted a whole lot of stuff that was going to happen in the future, end quote. Now, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I'm reading it, and it's interesting in some parts. Now here's what, like I said, it's rated M for mature, so there is alcohol, tobacco, and drug references, there is foul language, uncensored, and there is nudity, so please read responsibly, don't give this to your kids. So I started reading this, I was like, okay, when's it gonna pick up a little bit here? Yeah. So here's what I think. Maybe this is kind of this might be seen as a soapbox for someone, not entirely sure, and B, I didn't read. I read enough to a point where I stopped. I was like, okay, I can see where some stuff predicted came to fruition, some other stuff is still work in progress. And then there's some stuff that it was like, okay, it cites this, that, and the other thing. Like, cited past. I think it might cite some past stuff that has happened before and saying how it'll continue to happen, present and future-wise.
Score out of 7 stars.
For me, I'm sorry to say that I have to give Transmetropolitan 0 stars. Now, here's what. This is just my opinion. I'm not being paid. No one is paying me or bribing me or forcing me to say yay or nay or otherwise. I just tried this, and for me, I was not enjoying the comic. It offered almost, yeah, I mean, I was reading it, it's like, okay, when's the story pick up? When does it get entertaining? It was like, basically, it was heavy on words, and the story was just like starting to go along at a snail's pace. Uphill. In winter. Yeah, the fact is that I found it in a collected volume. It obviously has its fan base, so if you're just watching this, I guess if you want to give it a try, see if there's like a library version of it available, or if a friend has it and you can borrow it off of them. But yeah, for me, I had to stop. Like, I was halfway through the story and I was like, okay, this is not worth doing for me. Done. Close the book. In fact, I think here's what. Normally I use like the image of the book I have for the intro piece, but the image that you're gonna see is from Wikipedia, because I'm pretty sure I maybe sold it at a garage sale or something, because it was like it wasn't really doing that much for me. So so I don't know. I mean, I gave it a shot, and for me, like I said, I give it 0 stars. But if you're a fan of the work of the author and the illustrator, or if you have seen maybe a few snippets of the comic before, and if you like it, then good for you. That's the great thing. I'm not saying you have to. It's up to you. It's your choice. But for me personally, I'd avoid Transmetropolitan. Don't waste your money. Well, that's all the time we have for this review. We'll be back later on with some other comics later for you to enjoy. And hopefully actually enjoy, unlike this one. Sorry about that. Can't bat 1,000 and they can't all be good. So until next time, this has been CRDR, Comic Reviews with Dr. Reed. Thank you, and take care of yourselves, people.